Hello my fellow YouTubers, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, we're going to be checking on our tapping noise that I pretty much tracked down to the driver's side, underneath the valve covers. Feel a bunch of vibration, and it ain't the good kind. So we're going to be taking this valve cover off. Zoom y'all in here a little bit. We're going to be taking this valve cover off and seeing how everything looks, give it a good visual on the rocker arms and the push rods and whatnot. And then we might have to start the car up and then adjust them out from there. So
let's take off our PCV valve, get this out of the way, and disconnect it from the carb as well. Just give us more room. Actually, this might work. Let's just tuck it back behind there. There we go. This should be able to be tucked back. Right, there we go. Okay. Only other thing really in our way is going to be this brake booster. Spark plugs, we got enough. We should be fine there. I got a quarter of an inch, so maybe I can get that up above the rocker. I'm not having to take this off. We'll work on that. So let's go ahead and loosen these valve covers up. Valve cover hold downs. Let me grab a rag real quick, just in case we got a little bit of oil that wants to drain out. I really don't want it on the exhaust, so I'm going to run this rag all the way on the bottom side, just to keep any spillage off of here, which I don't think we'll have any, but you just never know. Better safe than sorry. Tuck that over there a little bit. Now, if you saw my last video, y'all heard the tapping. Sounds like we're definitely going to be needing valve adjustment. Find a good place to put these. Stud came out with this one, which is actually what I prefer. Oh, don't you like it when the stud doesn't come out? Oh, see, the stud didn't come out of that one either. I actually let a friend put this one in, and it tells me he didn't go in far enough with the studs into this one. This one feels pretty good, but the other two, not so good, not so good. Okay. This one ain't really in the way, but there we go, that's better. Now let's just take this off and kind of maneuver it around this brake booster. It doesn't really look like it.
Basically, I need to get this off to take this off to take that off so I can take this off. Get it? Got it? Good. Like such. That took a lot longer than it should have. Alright, let's put this to the side. Just give it a good visual. I don't see any really super loose up or down. This motor's definitely got some miles on it. Alright. This one feels a little loose. This one we got a little bit of play in. Just start it up and tighten them up that way. Back them off maybe until I hear clackety clack, and then tighten them up and then go another quarter turn. A tappity tappity tap 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 clickety clack noise coming. Sounded like lifters right off the bat. Once you hear it, you'll always know it. I used my screwdriver technique touched it all around the valve covers to try to pinpoint which side it was coming on. I definitely felt more coming from the driver's side, so that enticed me to pull off my valve cover. And now I'm gonna start the car and adjust them out with the valve cover off while the engine is running. I'm gonna want to let it warm up a little bit, so that it's gonna take a few minutes to warm the engine up, and then because it is cold start, it hasn't been started at all today. Another trick you can do is while it's running, you got your valve cover on here. If you want to, before you try, if you can't kind of locate which side you think it's coming from, you could pull off a plug wire for, like, let's say number 1 plug. I could go to the number 1 plug wire, pull it off, and if the noise continues, then you know that cylinder isn't the cylinder you're looking for. Continue on and pull off each cylinder, and once you find the cylinder, when you pull it off, if it stops making that noise, then that cylinder is the one that is doing all the clacking, and you can pretty much hone right into it. I did not happen to do that. I knew it was this side, so I just jumped right into it and figured, you know what, I'll just adjust them out this way. I'll make a video on showing you how to adjust them all. So that's what we're going to do. Another tip is to put a cardboard up here like this, so you don't have oil splashing all over your exhaust, your fenders, or even yourself. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm fixing to go start it and see if I can get it cranked over, warmed up, and then we'll start adjusting them out. Now what I'm going to do to adjust them out is I'm going to loosen them up one by one. I'll do one at a time. I'll loosen it up until I hear a real evident clack, 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 clack. Then I'll tighten it up until that goes away, and then I'll go another half a turn, and we'll continue on until hopefully we can quiet that tapping down. If that doesn't do it, then that means I have a collapsed lifter, or maybe multiple collapsed lifters, and they would need to be replaced. I visually checked everything. I don't see no cracked springs or broken springs or nothing. I don't see any bent push rods. So you want to definitely visually check everything, you know, wiggle them all around. They will have some side to side play, just a little bit, but mainly you want to rock them back and forth this way and see if you got any visual play. You may be able to notice it without running, you know, that way you can kind of hone in on that cylinder. But I've already done all that. They kind of all look pretty good, pretty snug. So we're gonna go ahead and start this up and then let it warm up a little bit, and then we'll go from there. tighten that one up just a little more. Now I'm going to let it cool off. We'll start it again. I'm going to adjust that last one a little better. There's a little bit of a difference. Not much, but a little. I think one of these quieted down some. But I could feel it on this one. So I believe I have a collapsed lifter. This here will just try to adjust it. A lot of times you can adjust them out. Sometimes they back themselves off. Sometimes if it doesn't do anything, then that tells you got more problems and you actually have to replace the lifter. And I think that's what my case is. This engine does have quite a few miles on it, I'm not sure, but just by the looks of it you can tell it's got a pretty high mileage engine. I'll check the push rods, make sure they're still all rotating, and the play once it cools off. But that's how you will adjust your valves while the engine's running. And a lot of times you can adjust them out and get rid of that noise completely. Other times if you don't, then you know that tells you you probably got a collapsed lifter. You'll have to yank the intake off, you know, and change out your lifters. But I'm going to wrap this video up. I just wanted to give you a quick demo on how to adjust your valve, your rocker arms, your valve train while it's running, and how to diagnose it further if that's not the noise. If it doesn't fix the noise, then you know you'll pretty much have to go buy a set of lifters put in there, because all the push rods look good, they look straight, rocker arms look good, they're just dirty. Valve springs look okay, valve stems look okay, valve guides even look okay to a point. But that's it for this video. Hope that will help somebody out there that has a little ticking noise and they can pop their rocker arm off, and you can go from there and try to tighten them up. You know, just back them off till you hear a little clacking and then tighten it up. Once clacking goes away, give it a half a turn and you should be good to go. So that's it. Y'all have a beautiful day and we'll catch you in the next one.